Last fall, I lived in Texas, ran D1 for Tennessee remotely.
Would it be easier to just redo it later? No.
I took in-person classes at both schools, flew out for races and practices, and basically just trained alone all the time. For a whole cross-country season. I ended up getting All-American, podium to SECs, did something no one else has done before.
Dude, Yaseen's really trying to smile right now with the camera on him. You can tell.
A lot of people ask about the logistics, but today I'm just going to be talking about the training, how I made it work as someone who had to train at a high level with no trainers, no coaches, no teammates, and why I use the treadmill so much.
Let's go, Yaseen!
So basically it all started after I came back from Kenya. Went to Kenya after my sophomore year because I was bad. Bumped up my mileage, got a lot better from like 70 to around 100, 110. And one of the main things in Kenya, there were no treadmills available for public use, obviously. And gyms, if you're a foreigner, $100 a week, sometimes $60 for a use, ridiculous. So obviously I wasn't able to use it there. I had to bus an hour to the track and an hour back, and I was doing double workouts. So it ended up being like 4 hours of busing a day on workout days. And so I just overcompensated when I came back and only ran on the treadmill. I was so focused on efficiency. My friends want to get ready. You're waiting for them to get ready. We drive to Town Lake, which is a trail in Austin, run there, hang out for everyone to finish, get in the car, drive back, then go to your room, then shower, versus I had a treadmill in the bottom of my apartment complex. Why wouldn't I just walk down, run, walk up? Would save me 45 to an hour. And when I'm running 45 to an hour more, it's like I'm running the same amount as them. That's very important, managing stuff like that when you're doing that high mileage, because you're already gonna be fatigued. You don't wanna add to it with stupid stuff like that. So that's how I started on the treadmill. I ended up liking it a lot. So that's the main thing that won me over for the treadmill, was efficiency. I actually just liked running on the treadmill, so why not do what's more time efficient, what's easier to get out of the way. Another benefit I noticed was you can watch movies. That was a big one for me. I used to be really into movies and TV and all that. I'd get on the treadmill and measure runs, in like an hour run would be 3 episodes or 2 episodes. And that was a way to shorten it, helped me get through TV that I would be watching anyway, and made it more of a habit to run back when I needed that. And then benefits at Tennessee, which I noticed training remote. It's like a training partner. How many times have you gone out to run and been trying to hold 5 flat, and you look at your watch and you're going 4:30 or 4:40 or 5:20? The thing about a treadmill is you set the pace. Now you know how fast you're going. Now you know how fast you're going, and it's gonna keep you accountable, stop you from ruining workouts, especially when things have to be dialed in. I didn't have trainers, I couldn't make mistakes like that. That was probably the biggest, most important thing. Number 2, in Texas, it was, I think, 100 and something degrees for most of the time I was there. I left around like November. And so it was impossible to do the workouts we were doing back in Tennessee, where it was like 60 or 70 in the 100 degrees alone. And so the treadmill benefited because it's indoors. I can set the AC to whatever, and it's also flat. There weren't that many places to work out flat. There weren't tracks in Austin that I could find. So I could be flat and I could be not in 100 degrees. That was a big deal. Controlled conditions. And then of course, this is something I believe in. Some people probably think it's bullcrap. I think the give, I like the Precor. It's like a typical hotel treadmill. You run on it, it gives under you. People think that's like cheap. I think that keeps me healthy. It gives, which absorbs some of the energy that would be taken up by your bones and joints. So I think the give is like a lifesaver. A PT has told me the same thing about the Woodway. It's like the surface is rubber. It doesn't give, but it's like sort of squishy. It does the same thing. I like the give more, but to each their own. But yeah, the treadmill I think helps you a little bit with injuries. If you're running on concrete, asphalt, anything other than like dirt, you're gonna be pounding, because earth is not gonna give like a Precor treadmill is gonna give. And then this benefit was really important with my roommate at Texas. Shout out Sam Bass. We'd run different paces. I like going a certain pace. We all need to go a certain pace to feel the best the next day, right? We can still run together. Treadmill's here. We can chop it up. Versus outside, neither of us is running our optimal pace. Wah. They say I'm a 5-stepper because I don't step. I'm like, if they're here, I'm not here. I'm like 5 steps in front. On the treadmill, I can go whatever pace I want to go, and we're all still together. That was a big thing for me. I like staying with the boys, but I also like getting faster and running the paces that make me feel the best. But that's just me. What if you're thinking, okay, I need a little bit more credibility, one person on the treadmill, I always see other runners outside. Two of the best runners in the world, look at the World 5K final, Ingebrigtsen and then Mo Katir, both do a lot of training on the treadmill. Obviously Ingebrigtsen does a bunch of workouts on the treadmill, easy runs, probably like 90% of his stuff can be done on the treadmill very easily. I don't know if he does it. And then Mo Katir, if you follow him on Instagram, he just got second. He's also a 1500 meter guy. Exceptional, also does a lot of training on the treadmill. So it's not like I'm the upper limit. The best in the world is the upper limit. So if you like the treadmill, you should try it. And then another thing, some people will ask, some people will think, oh, I hate the treadmill, I can't get past 15 minutes on the treadmill, right? I'll go outside and run for an hour, it'll be easy. I go on the treadmill, in 5 minutes feels like a marathon. What I'd say to that is, one, make sure you're running on a good treadmill. Some people think all treadmills are the same. No, dude, there are some doo-doo garbage treadmills like I couldn't run 10 minutes on. Make sure you're running on a good treadmill, and then other than that, give it, I'd say a month, right? Before you can you'll love the treadmill. It'll probably take a week or so of doing 1 to 2 runs on the treadmill whenever you can to get used to it. If your mind is so used to getting stimulated by outside, by moving, give it 1 to 2 weeks, it'll be bearable. A month, I promise you will not want to go back. Another question you might have, you're definitely exaggerating, like almost all your training. How did you do speed? How did you do race pace stuff? The treadmill I ran on goes up to 16 miles an hour. That's 56 400 pace, 345 mile pace. Basically, when I was at Texas, I would do like all my mile pace stuff on there, like 400s no matter what. If it was speed, I could do it on there. If it was slow, I could do it on there. That's how I got so used to it. That just goes to show there's different qualities of treadmill. Obviously, the ones that go that fast are gonna be pretty good. You're not gonna find that at like, I don't know, random hotel just going 60 miles an hour. But yeah, I mean, I really advocate for the treadmill. I think it's a great way to keep your training under control. Do it if you're all alone. Make sure you're hitting paces, and get a TV show in if you don't have time to watch it somewhere else. Clothing and people have been asking for a training plan. It's winter. They're on Let's Run, they're on whatever, but I gathered some. I made one, and then I made it like an ebook if you're wondering how I train. You can all get that in the description, on the website, whatever. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any more questions, anything else you want me to answer.
You wouldn't even know they're 75 years old.
Yeah, this is a sample.
You know these guys?
No. Pretty good though.
They're not bad. 75.
I mean, this isn't like going on the ox, but I mean, it's okay.